お前はもう死んでいる。何？
Ayanda, hi. Sorry to keep you waiting. So I'm sure you had a wonderful birthday, and now we're going to talk some FPL. You know, like the ones where we want an expert opinion of, but we rarely do get it in the form of people who understand the game, people who understand the rules of Fantasy Premier League, or people who actually want to enunciate in the fact that Fantasy Premier League is totally a different ballgame.
I'm Chris Smalling. And I'm Phil Jones.
Without cutting to the chase right now, I'm just going to ask you, Ananda, your players of the week.
Hey Neil, it's good to be back for the FPL podcast. So, delving into the questions is the players to watch out for. So, for the upcoming game week, there is, I think, no one better to watch out for than Mohamed Salah. Crystal Palace away, it's a very good fixture. He has scored mostly in his away games this season, total of 11 goals. And he's on song, he's scored against Fulham, he's scored against Tottenham. So he is hot and running. So Mohamed Salah is the player to watch out for this week. And if you want a differential, I will go for Riyad Mahrez, because he is one of those City players who has started, I think, all the games barring 2. And since he was not played in the midweek, he's fresh and rested, and he will be quite differential against Southampton, who are a tough side to break down, but I think City have the firepower to do that. And with Kevin De Bruyne and Sterling not really on song, Riyad Mahrez will have a chance to, if you play him as a differential, he will have a chance to take away the show. Coming to to lesser teams, I would say not lesser, but a low-key affair will be Newcastle versus Fulham, and the player I have picked out is Callum Wilson. Many managers have him in their teams. He has 3 double-digit hauls so far. 2 of those have come at the St James's Park, and against Fulham, who yes are improving, but these sides, when they meet each other, there are bound to be some goals. So Callum Wilson could be again another differential if you decide to play him or bring him in.
Okay, getting your point, that's very valid, but should we go and play bench boost or in this fixture congestion? What do you think? I'll just keep it short. Do you think we should play bench boost in, because there's a lot of fixtures coming up in this festive period of time? Boxing Day is coming up, New Year's Eve is coming up, all of the games are there in that point of the season. Should one play a bench boost at this point of time?
The question that many managers ask is when to play the chips. So I have a golden rule, and I am going to share it with you all, is that do not play your chips this early into a season.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes, I know the fixtures are congested, the Christmas period is coming up, but this is not a time to play any of your chips, much less the bench boost, because at this time many of the teams, many of the managers will have those non-playing players sitting on the bench to make space, to make budget for the bigger players. Now, say for example, players like Aston Villa's forward Davis, or maybe Elneny or Nico Williams are there in your team who do not play regularly. So to play a bench boost at this time will be nothing short of suicidal. What I can give you is that game week 18 will be a blank game week, and game week 19 immediately following that will be a double game week for many teams. So try and use your chips there, but I would say preferably keep your triple captain and free hit during that time, and try and play your bench boost not before game week 33.
I have a question. Like, Southampton has been playing very well, so do you think that Bednarek or Vestergaard, which defender our FPL managers should invest in at this point of time?
this is a very interesting question, as Southampton have been doing very well defensively, and their central defensive pairing of Yannick Vestergaard and Jan Bednarek are also providing goal and assist threats. Now, I would like to point out that budget will come into play here, as Vestergaard is priced at 4.9 and Bednarek at 4.6. So if you don't have your budget permitting you, then you have to go for one or the other. But if you have enough budget to get both of them in their team, then I would say go for Yannick Vestergaard, because he provides more of a goal threat than Jan Bednarek. He is also, I think, currently leading the defensive the points for the defenders. So yeah, if you have the funds, go for Yannick Vestergaard for the moment.
Captain choice for this week? Captain choice? Whom are you advising our managers to captain in their side this week? It's a difficult choice, na?
Captain choices for this game week. Yes, it is one of those confusing game weeks where you don't know who to give the armband to. But I have shortlisted 3 potential captain choices for you. First one is obviously Mohamed Salah. Crystal Palace away. He's got goals in his away matches. Very recently, he is on form. He is scoring goals. I would back Mohamed Salah to break the Crystal Palace defense and get you, if not 2, then 1 goal definitely. So, and 1 goal will probably mean 3 bonus points for him as well. So yes, Mohamed Salah is the first captain pick. Second, a bit of a differential, but you can go for Jack Grealish. I know West Bromwich Albion have stopped City in their tracks in the last game, but Jack Grealish had created numerous opportunities against Burnley. It's a shame that his other teammates could not finish his good work. So Jack Grealish is, as always, a threat, and against a West Brom team, I would back him to score some points. Assists, yes, a goal maybe as well. So my second choice would be Jack Grealish, and third choice would obviously be Bruno Fernandes, because at home against Leeds, yes, Manchester United have not been that great at home, but Leeds are a team who are prone to attack. They're not so good defensively. Bruno Fernandes can very well exploit that, and a penalty here and there, and you never know, 2 goals, 3 goals maybe. I'm being too pretentious. Okay, I'll stay with 2 goals. But yes, Bruno Fernandes would definitely be a captain choice. So the captain picks for this weekend would be Mohamed Salah, Jack Grealish, and Bruno Fernandes.
Speaking of captains, in my previous question, Bruno Fernandes has just recently been voted the 4th best midfielder in the world, and we know that how Kevin De Bruyne has been in and around that space since he came out and raised the Premier League. So would you have Kevin De Bruyne or Bruno Fernandes in your team, or would you actually go for both at this point of time? Tricky question. Take your time while answering this.
Oh boy, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne, or both. Now, I would like to point out that the previous game week was a perfect game week to have them both in your team, with De Bruyne up against West Brom, Bruno up against Sheffield. But even I had both of them in my team, and they both disappointed me. Not blanking, KDB got an assist, but you expected more from him, and Bruno completely blanking there, even picking up a yellow. But coming to a question, if it is a question of one or the either, I would say at the moment you have to go for Bruno Fernandes, because Kevin De Bruyne is not in a great run of form, as is Manchester City, who are really finding it difficult to score more than 1 per match, which is very uncharacteristic of a Pep Guardiola side. Barring the Burnley game, they have found it very difficult to break down their opponents, and when Kevin De Bruyne is not on song, it becomes really, really difficult for them. And he has not really been up to the mark in these past few game weeks. Bruno Fernandes, on the other hand, is I think $1 million cheaper than Kevin De Bruyne, and he brings a lot more to the plate, because whenever he plays, Manchester United play, he is that linchpin that Manchester United have. All the attacks come through Bruno Fernandes. He's on penalties, he's on set pieces. So I think Bruno Fernandes at the moment just trumps Kevin De Bruyne if you opt to take any one of them in your team. Taking them both at this time will cost you, I think, around 22 million. I would say do try and not go for both of them, as you need Mohamed Salah at this point in your team because of his upcoming run of fixtures. So Salah, Bruno Fernandes and Son, I think, would along with Grealish, would be a good midfield to have at this time. So yeah, I know I'm a Manchester United supporter. You may think I am biased, but I am telling this to you absolutely logically. According to me, in my opinion, I think Bruno Fernandes over KDB at this point of time.
So yeah, thanks Ayanda. Your expert opinion was very valuable, and please don't go on full murderous on me. I promise I'll be good. So thank you for taking your time. This was Podcast with Neil. Small video just for the FPL enthusiasts. I hope you find this interesting, and do drop a subscribe and do drop a like, and be sure to ring the notification bell. We have a few very interesting podcasts coming up in PL Weekly, as well as I'm returning to the Indian football segment. That would be amazing if you follow me and support this channel. Plan to make this 1,000 subscribers within like the next 3 to 4 months, and without your help I cannot get it. So just drop a subscribe in the link, and thank you for watching.